CCSP exam practice questions. Domain 1, Cloud Concepts, Architecture and Design. Part 4. Question 1. A cloud security architect is evaluating different cloud deployment models for a healthcare organization that needs to share computing resources with other hospitals in their regional network while maintaining strict control over their infrastructure. Which cloud deployment model would best meet these requirements? A. A hybrid cloud combining public and private resources. B. A public cloud with enhanced security controls. C. A community cloud shared among the healthcare network members. D. A multi-cloud solution using multiple public cloud providers. Correct answer, C. Explanation. A community cloud is specifically designed for organizations that want to share computing resources while maintaining control over their infrastructure, making it perfect for healthcare networks. This deployment model allows multiple organizations with similar needs, security requirements, and compliance obligations to share resources while keeping them separate from the general public. Unlike a public cloud or multi-cloud solution, a community cloud provides the necessary isolation and control. While a hybrid cloud could provide some benefits, it wouldn't facilitate the resource sharing among network members that the scenario requires. Question 2. In a platform as a service, PaaS, cloud service model, which security responsibility is typically retained by the customer? A. Operating system security patching. B. Physical infrastructure security. C. Application code security. D. Hypervisor configuration. Correct answer. C. Explanation. In the PaaS model, there is a clear division of security responsibilities between the customer and the provider. According to the shared responsibility model, while the provider manages the security of the infrastructure, operating system, and platform, the customer retains responsibility for the security of their application code and data. Operating system security patching and hypervisor configuration are handled by the provider in a PaaS model. Physical infrastructure security is always the provider's responsibility across all service models. The application layer security remains the customer's responsibility, as they are the ones developing and deploying the application code on the platform. Question 3. A company is conducting a cloud governance review and wants to ensure their cloud provider is meeting their security obligations. Which activity should be explicitly included in the cloud service contract to support this objective? A. Monthly security reports from the provider. B. Right to audit the provider directly or through a third party. C. Quarterly compliance certifications. D. Annual penetration testing requirements. Correct answer, B. Explanation. The right to audit the provider is a crucial governance mechanism that allows organizations to verify their cloud provider's security compliance. This right should be explicitly stated in the service contract and can be exercised either directly or through a third party. While monthly security reports, compliance certifications, and penetration testing are valuable security measures, they don't provide the same level of verification and assurance as the right to audit. The audit right gives organizations the ability to comprehensively assess the provider's security controls, operational procedures, and compliance with contractual obligations. Question 4. According to the cloud reference architecture, which of the following activities is primarily the responsibility of a cloud service partner rather than a cloud service provider? A. Managing customer relationships. B. Monitoring cloud services. C. Performing service audits. D. Providing network connectivity. Correct answer, C. Explanation. According to the cloud reference architecture, performing service audits is specifically listed as an activity of cloud service partners. Managing customer relationships and providing network connectivity are responsibilities of the cloud service provider, while monitoring cloud services is primarily a customer responsibility. Cloud service partners have varying activities depending on their role, but performing audits is explicitly mentioned as one of their key activities, along with testing services and setting up legal agreements. Question 5. An organization is concerned about maintaining control over their applications while reducing infrastructure management overhead. Which cloud service category would best address these requirements? A. Software as a service, SaaS. B. Infrastructure as a service, IaaS. C. Platform as a service, PaaS. D. Community as a service, KaaS. Correct answer, C. Explanation, Platform as a Service, PaaS, is the ideal service category for organizations wanting to maintain control over their applications while reducing infrastructure management overhead. PaaS provides a middle ground between IaaS and SaaS, where the organization retains control over their application code and data while the provider manages the underlying infrastructure, operating system, and platform services. SaaS would provide too little control over the application, while IaaS would require too much infrastructure management. Community as a service is not a standard cloud service category. Question 6. When implementing a public cloud solution, which security aspect falls under the vendor's responsibility in all service models, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS? A. Application security. B. Data classification. C. Physical data center security. D. Operating system patching. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Physical data center security is the only option that falls under the vendor's responsibility across all service models, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. According to the shared responsibility model, while responsibilities for application security, data classification, and operating system patching may shift between customer and provider. Depending on the service model, physical security of the data center infrastructure always remains the provider's responsibility. This is a fundamental aspect of the cloud computing model, where providers maintain and secure the physical infrastructure regardless of the service type being offered. Question 7. A company is considering a cloud solution where they will maintain their sensitive workloads on premises while utilizing public cloud resources for development and testing. Which operational concern should they prioritize when implementing this solution? A. Service level agreements. B. Interoperability. C. Reversibility. D. Performance monitoring. Correct answer, B. Explanation. In a hybrid cloud environment where an organization maintains both on-premises and public cloud resources, interoperability becomes a critical operational concern. The systems must be able to work together seamlessly for effective development and testing workflows. While service-level agreements, reversibility, and performance monitoring are important considerations, interoperability is fundamental to ensuring that the hybrid architecture functions effectively. The ability of on-premises and cloud systems to communicate and work together is essential for maintaining consistent operations across both environments. Question 8. According to the cloud reference architecture, which activity is primarily the responsibility of the cloud service customer? A. Managing asset inventories. B. Administering service security. C. Peering with other providers. D. Preparing system infrastructure. Correct answer, B. Explanation. According to the cloud reference architecture, administering service security is explicitly listed as a cloud service customer responsibility. Managing asset inventories and peering with other providers are responsibilities of the cloud service provider, while preparing system infrastructure is also a provider responsibility. The customer is responsible for several activities, including using cloud services, monitoring services, administering service security, and handling problem reports. This aligns with the shared responsibility model where customers maintain control over certain security aspects, even in cloud environments. Question 9. An organization is evaluating cloud providers and wants to ensure they can easily move their workloads between different vendors in the future. Which design principle should they emphasize in their cloud architecture? A. Resiliency. B. Availability. C. Portability. D. Interoperability. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Portability is the specific design principle that addresses the ability to move workloads between different cloud providers. It involves designing solutions that avoid vendor-specific features and can be easily transferred between providers. While resiliency addresses system durability, availability focuses on system uptime, and interoperability concerns the ability of different systems to work together, portability specifically addresses the requirement to move workloads between vendors. This principle helps organizations avoid vendor lock-in and maintain flexibility in their cloud strategy. Question 10. In a software as a service, SaaS model, which security responsibility typically remains with the customer? A. Application security configuration. B. Network security implementation. C. Data classification and access control. D. Operating system security patching. Correct answer, C. Explanation. In the SaaS model, while the provider manages most aspects of security, data classification and access control remain the customer's responsibility. Application security configuration, network security implementation, and operating system security patching are all handled by the provider in a SaaS environment. The customer retains responsibility for knowing what data is stored in the service and applying appropriate access controls, as they are best positioned to understand the sensitivity of their data and who should have access to it. Question 11. A cloud architect is designing a solution that needs to withstand disruptive events and maintain service availability. Which operational consideration most directly addresses this requirement? A. Portability. B. Resiliency. C. Reversibility. D. Interoperability. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Resiliency directly addresses the ability of cloud infrastructure to withstand disruptive events while maintaining service availability. This operational consideration focuses on implementing redundancy and fault tolerance to ensure continuous service operation. While portability addresses vendor flexibility, reversibility concerns the ability to roll back changes, and interoperability focuses on system compatibility, resiliency specifically addresses the requirement to maintain service availability during disruptive events through redundant systems and robust design. Question 12. When implementing cloud governance, which aspects should be included to ensure effective oversight of the cloud provider's security practices? A. Monthly performance reports. B. Weekly security scans. C. Quarterly financial audits. D. Right to audit provisions. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Right to audit provisions are crucial for effective cloud governance, as they allow organizations to verify their cloud provider's security practices directly or through third parties. While monthly performance reports, weekly security scans, and quarterly financial audits provide useful information, the right to audit gives organizations comprehensive oversight of their provider's security practices. This right ensures that organizations can thoroughly assess their provider's security controls, operational procedures, and compliance with contractual obligations, making it a fundamental component of effective cloud governance.